The exercise has started and a lot of people have joined the pin vending. Before now, we had some rush. Everybody wants to have a username and a password at the same time. So there was a lot of rush, but the rush has actually come down. So if you want to call me, you can call me. We can resolve issues together. I also believe that there are very few issues that are actually coming up now. The issue of NIM, the issue of NIM. So some people wants to see me. Okay. So the issue of NIM. So about this pin vendor. So those who want to see me, this is my face. I actually removed the video because I don't want the network to break. That's why I removed the video. So but for those who have not seen me before and they want to see me, okay. We are talking about JAMB and how you can vend pin. This year there's a target for pin vending, and the Postmaster General has mandated that the least we can vend for this year is 300,000. So it means that all hands must be on deck. That means everybody must be up and doing. We must try as much as possible to vend pin very well. We must do customers to our own side because they're also going to use this pin vending as an assessment point for most managers. So I'm advising that everybody should sit up and try as much as possible to woo students and vend as much pin as they can vend. We are here and will always render that support for you. We're going to have more people in the support stand so that if you can't reach me, you can reach any other person who will render that support for you. So first and foremost, I'll just talk about the main guidelines for the pin vending. What concerns you as a pin vending as a pin vendor is the profile code. You don't have a business creating a profile for the student. The student brings the profile and you put the profile into the system and you vend your pin. One reason why I always discourage people from creating profile for students is that when issue comes up, you will be the one the student will blame. I've seen a lot of people while they were trying to create profile for the student, instead of sending name, then the name number, they went ahead to send user, then the name number. So they vended pin for the student and found out that when the student got to the cyber cafe, instead of it start reading invalid pin. So now if the platform for conversion of pin vending was not available now, it means that that council officer or the person who is vending that pin, that selling point agent has deprived the student from writing JAM this year. And you know the student will never forgive you if you do that. If you deprive him or her of not writing this. So that's why I'm always discouraging people that don't create a profile code for students. Tell them how to create their profile code, or create the profile code and bring it, and you will vend the pin for the student. Now, before we go into the training proper, I'll just try to tell you one or two things that the guidelines. For you to be able to vend the pin in as a selling point agent, you need a username and a password. And if you get the username and password, it is expected also that you integrate your name to the username and the password, because when you're going to log in, it's going to ask you to put your username and your NIN number. Now, I advise people that if you are a new user of the system and you want to send a username to anybody, to the administrator to create username for you, the first thing you need to do is to first of all set up your name by registering your name. And for you to register your name, you send user, then your name number, user, then space, then your name number. You send it as if you are sending a text message. You want to send a text message to somebody, but rather than putting phone number, you put 55019. So you are sending a text message to 55019. And the message that you are sending to that number is user. It could be lowercase, it could be uppercase. It is not case sensitive. So you use user, space, then your own name. You send it to that number 55019. Now, a lot of people will now, when they send this number, this code, that they send the code, they find out that you must get a response. If you don't get a response, that means your name has not been registered. And how do you get a response? It will send you a response by saying, dear, if my name is Felix Ewara Tega, Ewara Felix Tega. So it will say, dear Ewara Felix Tega, right? Your profile code is this and your name number is this. That's what the system will return back to you. Now, from our experience, we found out that the system can also return a message that is different from this particular message to you. One of the messages the system can return to you is that this number has been used to register so on an e-facility platform. It means that in a time past, maybe 2019, maybe 2018, when you were vending PIN, you used your phone to actually create a profile code either to your aunt, to your siblings, or to somebody that you know. And they have used that phone number to create a profile. So you cannot use the number. But one good news about this is that it doesn't deprive you from not vending PIN. So what you need to do is to change the phone number. So you can change the phone number. You can even use your own colleague's number. If you can use your husband's number if you are married. So you can send the user your name number to any of those numbers, and at the end of the day, the message will come. The reason why I said you should send the number is that some people, when they were creating username, they sent a username to us. And the username they sent, my name is Felix Tega. My other name is Tega, and my surname is Ewaraim. Now, when they want to send the username, they just send Tega Felix. Now, when you are registering your name number, you put Felix Ewaraim Felix Tega, 3 names. But when you are sending names to me, you use your surname, you use your name, your Felix as your surname. Now, by the time you want to log in, the name detail is different from what you have in your JAMB account. It becomes problematic. It will not tell you that that name that you are assigning that name to is actually strange to the actual name number, the name that was registered with the name. So at that situation, that's why I said, when you register, you'll be able to know the name that you registered in the name. So when you are sending me a request, you take that full name that was sent to you via the main code and your email address and your phone number. So we can create the account for you. And once we create the account, when you want to log in, you will not have any issue logging in because you've already registered your name number, and the name that they use in creating your account is the same name that is in your name number. So it shows that when you are logging in, it will just be in a jiffy. You will not have any issue. So those people who are having those issues are the people that have registered what they registered in their name is different, and what they have in their they have in the JAMB account is different. So this set of people do have issues, and I've been trying to resolve these issues since yesterday, trying to create another account for them. So when you have this issue, the only solution is for you to create another email and bring another phone number. We'll create another account for you. That's notwithstanding, doesn't mean every year you should be creating accounts. It doesn't mean every year you should be creating accounts. Some people will create email accounts and they will just forget the email password. And they will not remember when they are creating the email that there is an option for you to put a recovery email or a recovery phone number. Now, people don't put recovery phone numbers, they don't put recovery emails, and they will not tell you that they have forgotten about that email. That email has listen. Let me tell you one thing. If next year, if you are still going to vend and you lost your email, I'm telling you, you may not be able to create another account because they have used your name now to create an account for you. So you cannot have a double account in the system. The reason why we are still having double accounts in the system is because they are just integrating the name to your account for the very first time. So subsequent vending of PIN, you may not have the opportunity of recreating accounts. So those of you who after vending PIN, you throw your email away, please, I want to discourage that. That please don't throw away your email. Try to maintain an email. I have several emails. I have close to 10 emails, and I've been maintaining all of them. There is none of them that doesn't have a recovery option, that even if I lost the password, I'll be able to recover it. So please, when you are creating your email, try as much as possible to put the option for recovery. So now I want to go to the demonstration. I know a lot of us are complaining every day. There are no infrastructures. We don't have printers. We don't have this. We don't have that. Yes, these are challenges that we have. We know all these challenges. And the truth of the matter is that NIPOS, the way NIPOS is today, NIPOS doesn't have money to meet up these challenges. But you see, we can go around the system and try as much as possible to still make things happen, even though we have very limited resources. So it's based on that. I want to throw more light on how you can use your mobile, your telephone, your Android to actually vend PIN. PIN is not limited only to vending of PIN is not limited to laptop alone. Some of the usernames I'm creating, some of the issues I'm resolving, I'm using my phone to resolve them. So you can also use this phone to vend PIN. It's very possible. And you can also do the printing via screenshots. You can do that via screenshots and send to the customer, because what they really need is the PIN and the profile details. So that is what I want to demonstrate this morning. I will be very brief so that we can go back and do the needful. So I'm just going to share how you're going to use your mobile phone to do the training, to do vending of PIN. So I'm going to share my mobile. I'm sharing my mobile phone. This is my phone. You can see the phone is positioned. So I'm going to be talking about the PIN vending from the modalities for vending of PINs from the phone. The first thing that you need to do when you want to vend PIN is to register your NIN number. And for you to register your NIN number, you have to send a user and your NIN to a particular code 55019. So now I'm going to share this with you. If you see this is NIN. If you send your NIN like this is supposed to be the pattern for sending student NIN. This is the way a student sends their NIN to get their profile code. NIN, then their NIN number. So when you send your own NIN as a user like this, automatically you may not be able to vend PIN for that year. But we thank God that JAM gave an opportunity for us to correct it by changing the NIN from student to user. So for user, this is how you send the code. So you can see user, this is my NIN number. I send my NIN number, user, then my NIN number. User is space. You can see the way it is sent here. This is how you will send it. And immediately you send it, you are going to receive a message like this. But you can see, dear Felix Teger, your profile code is this and your NIN is this. Visit www.jam.gov.ng. You see this message. It shows that you have registered your NIN correctly. You have been successful in your NIN. So the next thing is for you to send your username for creation. You send your details for creation of username. And what do you send when you are doing your username? When you are creating your username, what you send is that your full name. So you can see your full name. A working email. What I mean by working email is an email that you know the password. That is a working email. An email you can log into. Then your phone number and your location. These are the things that you will send. This is what you are going to send. This is what you are going to send. Full name, working email, phone number, and location. And that full name, you copy it from what the NIN sends to you so that you will not have contradiction when you are they are creating your account. Now that is all for that. Let's assume that your account has been created. The next thing that you will do, once your account is created, you go to your email and you will see a mail sent from Jam. No reply at Jam. You will see a mail sent, no reply at Jam. Now I want to show you something. Okay, so let me open my, so that you see no reply at Jam. So you're going to see an email from Jam. So in that email, you will see your username like this. You will see no reply from Jam. You will see your username and your password. Your username and your password will be sent to that email. A lot of people, when email are sent, I want to show you this. I want you to take a look at this email that I marked now. You can see that the email is having 5 at the front of it. 5, okay, at the end of it, 5. It means that there are 5 emails because a lot of people are accessing their phone number. They are accessing their email from their phone number. So there are 5 emails in this email. So when you click on it, look for the latest email. It will show only one. But when you look at it, you will see another, you can click, you will see number 3. If I click here, I'll see all the emails. So you look at the latest one. The latest one will be the one that is on top. That is your, so if your password is set up 2, 3, 4 times, is reset 2, 3, 4 times, it means that you are going to get this email 4 times. And some people will still go and copy the old password, and they will not tell you that the password is not working. So you need to know how to actually access your email. Now, after you have accessed your email, the next thing is for you to log in to Jam. And for you to log into Jam, the website is portal.jam.gov.ng/pin-vending. You can see it. So I'm using my mobile phone. Now, the moment it comes here like this, it will ask you to put your username. So you're going to put your username and you are going to put your password. I'm advising you, if you are using your phone, and you know that you are not careless with your phone, you can allow the phone to store the password. But if you know you cannot keep your phone more appropriately, it's advisable that you don't allow your phone to store the password. So I pick teller. So you pick a teller and you log in into the system. Now, if you are logging in for the very first time, you are going to see something like this. If you are logging in for the very first time, you are going to see something like this, right? Where it will ask you to put your NIN number. So the NIN that you have registered, if you have registered the NIN, it means that you may not get this message where it says kindly register NIN by sending this. If you have, excuse me, if you have registered your NIN, immediately you put your NIN and click update. It will automatically take you to the sign up page and log you in. So immediately you put your NIN, it will log you in. So I've logged in now. What concerns you here is just two modules that concerns you: vend pin and reprint pin. Then if you want to look at the total numbers of pins that you have vended, you can click on pin vended, view vended pins. So for you to vend pin, you just click on vend pin. Now, one other thing that I want you to look at here is that when you log in for the very first time, please, it's advisable that you don't keep that your jam default password. Go to change password. That password that was given to you by Jam, put it as your current password. Then type in the new password that you want to put and confirm it, and you are good to go. Then the moment you change your PIN, it will tell you that PIN changed successfully. So you go to your PIN vending and you vend PIN. For you to vend a PIN, is as simple as ABC. You pick if it is UTME, if it is direct entry, you pick the one the student wants to vend. I'm surprised that some people, a student will say they want to vend UTME, some people will go and vend direct entry PIN. It's surprising to me because the processes of vending PIN is not just picking the direct entry PIN and the PIN will just automatically go. No. If you pick UTME, it will ask you to put a profile code. So you put the profile code. And when you put the profile code, you will fetch the profile code. If you fetch the profile code, it doesn't mean you have vended the PIN for the student. Fetching the profile code will only give you the name, the phone number, and the details of the student. And it will tell you what you want to vend. So at this time, I don't know the pressure that is on people, that you will not know that it is UTME that you are vending. So immediately you fetch, the details come out, then you cannot say vend PIN. That is when you cannot vend PIN. Now, I said you can use your phone number. You can use your mobile phone to vend PIN. Then let's talk about the printing. So I'm going to do a printing for you. So I'm going to do one profile code. Okay, so this profile has actually been done. So I'm going to do a reprinting. For those of you who are using mobile, you can see this icon that has human head. That is username. If you click on it, it will tell you to change your password or you log out. But if you click on top of it, it will take you to home. So you can click home and go back to home. So you can see, I'm going back to home where I will see the vending, the module again. So I've gone back to home. So for instance, let's say I want to vend the PIN. I've vended this, I've clicked on the UTME. This is the profile code. Then fetch PIN and say vend PIN. So this is a PIN that is vended. Are you seeing it? This PIN has been vended. Now that you vended this PIN, you can see you vended this PIN, right? You can click on print. Print. When you click on print, every of your system has PDF. If you don't have PDF, just go and download PDF printer on your phone. And you can see that I have this saved to PDF. Are you seeing it now? That is the printer I have. So I downloaded PDF printer on my phone. I'll just click save. I'll just click save. And I come here. You can see it here. I come here. I just say, I type a name. Let's just say my Felix. So this is the name I'm typing. I'm trying to print. So that you can see I've named this file as my Felix jam. So I save. I've saved this. Alternatively, if I cannot print, I can still come here and do screenshots. This is the print. This is the print. Since I cannot print, I can do a screenshot. I can take the volume down of my phone and the off and on button of my phone. I press it at the same time and I do a screenshot. Then those of you who know how to set your phone to use a fingerprint, if I use 3 of my fingers also, I also do a screenshot. You see? I also do a screenshot. So it shows that these receipts, they have been screenshots on the system. So now let's assume that I have a student I want to send these receipts to. I've screenshot this receipt. You also this receipt, these screenshots. These are the screenshots. You can see the screenshots. I use my finger to screenshot it. I also use the mobile to screenshot it. So I have done the screenshots. Now, let me take you to a student platform. Let me take you to the student platform. I want to send this printout to the student. So I click on, let's say, my WhatsApp. So I click on my WhatsApp. So I want to send it to the student. So I can come here and just type the name of the student. I select the student name from my WhatsApp. And I want to send this receipt to the student. So I click and I say document. Because I saved it in my document, I'm going to search this document. So this is my Felix Jam. So I'm sending it. This is the receipt I've sent successfully to the student. Also, I can also go to my screenshots and also send this screenshot to the student. So you can see whether I have a printer or not, I have been able to send this detail to the student. It takes it to the CBT center and it prints it. I know that we're supposed to print it, but since we don't have the infrastructures to do that, I'm pleading with us that whatever we have right now, we can make use of it and try as much as possible to see how we can make revenue for NIPOS and make ourselves happy. Now, I have finished with the mobile. The desktop version of it is the same thing, the same method that we are using for the phone is also what we use for the desktop. So for the benefit of that, I'll just also look at the desktop briefly. So I'm going to share my desktop screen for you to see. So this is the desktop. So I'm just going to log out now. So this is the same thing. You just click on Teller and you log in. The same method, the same method. You go to pin vending and you vend your pin. You click on pin vending, you put your profile, you select whether it is UTME you want or direct entry, and you click on fetch. You fetch the profile details, it brings out the details, and you click on vend pin. Now, some of you will now say, how do I now print? One of the reasons why I'm bringing the issue of printing on the desktop is because I know some of us will ask questions as regards to how do I print with the desktop. So that's what I want to just put you through. That's why I'm logging into the desktop. So I'm also going to take a profile code, this same profile. So I'm going to reprint, I'm going to go to home and reprint it. So I'm reprinting this profile so that you can see how you can also use your desktop to do the printing. So I put the profile code and I say reprint details. So these details will come. How do you print these details? Now, please, I want you to listen attentively. Number one thing you need to do before you start this, you need to open a Microsoft Word on your desktop. Microsoft Word on your desktop. Microsoft Word on your desktop. So when you open the Microsoft Word, I'm trying to open a Microsoft Word on my desktop. So let me delete this. Okay, so when I open the Microsoft Word, just save the Microsoft Word as jam receipt. This will also help you tremendously because it will help you when you have issues with students, with receipts. It will help you to be able to know the PIN, to be able to know when you vended the PIN. It will help you a lot without going, it will help you even in terms of reconciliation. So you're going to click on save. When you click on save, the system will bring you the privilege to save the document, to give the document a name. So I'm going to give this document a name. I'm going to save this document on my PC, right? And on my PC, I'm going to save it on my desktop. So I'm saving it on my desktop. The system gives me the privilege to select desktop. So I'm saving it on my desktop. Now, when you get to this place, if you want to save it in another place, you can save it. If you want to create a folder called Jam, you can also click on create new folder, right? And it will take you, create a new folder for you. You cannot label it as Jam receipts, Jam prints, print out. So you can see. So I have Jam printed. So I open it. This is where I want to save it. So I'm going to save the file as Jam printed. So I save this as a document. So I've successfully saved this document as Jam printed, right? So it's saving the document now as Jam printed. You can see the name here now. You can see the name on top, Jam printed. So now let's go back to the receipt. So I come here, I just say, I can say print. I can decide to say print, right? But let me show you this one first. I can say print screen. If you are using a desktop, you will see what they call PROTSC, print screen. If you are using a laptop, you also see it as print screen, right? So you just screenshot it. That is what they use as a screenshot. So you click on screenshot. Immediately you click on the screenshot, you go to the Word document and you paste it there. Now, when you paste it on the Word document, it's pasted. You can see it's pasted with other things, right? I can decide to crop it. I know I'm teaching you something strange anyway, but it's one of those things that you need to also embrace yourself in IT if you really want to get things right and things done. So I can crop this thing and remove some of the things, some of the areas I don't want. So I can come here and do this, and do this, remove this, right? And also remove this. So I'll just say crop. So this is the receipt. I've succeeded in saving this receipt. Maybe the person's name is Omobola. So I labeled it Omobola, right? I go to the next one. I screenshot it. I also save. Let me copy this one. Let's say copy this one. Let's say this one is for Johnson. So this one is for Johnson. Now, immediately I finish, I just do save. So it means that I have this receipt saved on my distance. So I can send this receipt, I can copy this receipt and even send to the WhatsApp of anybody. So I can come here. I can come here. I've copied the receipt like an image and send the receipt even to anybody. You can see how simple it is. I know that some of us are finding it difficult, but I will continue to do this training until everybody is abreast, everybody understand how you can do a printout and send to somebody without even using the ink to print it. So you can see I've succeeded in just copying and pasting. I just copied from the Microsoft Word. I copied Johnson's own, I copied this person's own, and I sent it to the person's WhatsApp. Or I can decide to also take it as an attachment and send to the person's email address. This is the simple way that you can also do printing. So the reason why I'm actually saying this is because I want us to try as much as possible to vend enough pin and make the Postmaster General proud. Whether you have the infrastructures, you have the devices, you have printer or not, I'm just giving you a quick solution that we can use to solve this problem. Now, also you can, if you don't want all these other things, pin vending, UTME, show, shown in your receipt, you can just click receipt. Immediately you click receipt, it will take you to a receipt. This thing. Every system has a PDF installed in that as a default. So every system has what they call PDF. I'm going to show you the printer, the virtual printers that are always on every system. Any system you buy, whether being a desktop, whether being a laptop, has what they call a virtual printer. And there is one that always comes as a default with the system. One comes with Microsoft. If you have a Microsoft Word on your system, they have a Microsoft printer, right? Then they also have a PDF printer. That is always a default on the system. So I'm going to show you, trying to pop up now. So you can see, save as PDF. It is on a default in every system. So immediately you select print, it will tell you save as PDF. So even if you save it as PDF, you will still be able to see the document and send the document even to the recipient as a PDF. So now if I click the drop down, you will also see there are two printers that follow a system on a default. They are called virtual printers. So I'm going to show you one of them. One of them is Microsoft SPX document writer. You can print document to it. You can print document to OneNote. You can also print document to OneNote. But the one that is very easy for us to do is the PDF. So if you click a document and you say save this document as PDF, immediately you click save. It will still give you option for you to select, to type the name that you want. So I can now say, okay, it is Felix Jam that I want. And it will also give you the privilege to select where you want you want to save your document to. So I can say I want to save it to my desktop. And I can decide to also create a folder. I can say, okay, I want to create a new folder called New Jam. New Jam. So I'm going to open this folder, and that is where I'm going to put the Felix Jam. So this is where I'm printing it to, and the name I'm using to print is Felix Jam. So let me put one, Felix Jam 1. So I click on save. Automatically, this system, this receipt, you can see it now. This receipt has been printed to a PDF folder. Now I will just show us briefly. I'll just show us briefly the folder. Let's look at those folders that we sent these documents to. Let's look at those folders and see if these documents are actually on those folders. So I have my desktop and I have Jam. So I'm going to look for the Jam. I have a Jam, New Jam. So that's where I printed that document. So you can see Felix Jam. Now I'm going to open this Felix Jam so that you're going to see if truly it is the receipt that I printed or not. Now this receipt can be copied and be sent to the WhatsApp of the recipient. Then this receipt can also be sent as an attachment to the email of the recipient. You can see this receipt is popping up now. So let it pop up. You can see, is this not the receipt that you're supposed to print? You can see the way it's appeared. It's the normal receipt that was printed. These are the simple way that you can do your printing without a printer, without a device. So I'll just close this document as well and be able to tell you that I can just copy this document. I can come here, I can right click on this document and say copy. So I copy this document. I can also use it, send it as an attachment to the email of the person. I can copy it. I can copy this document. I can send it as an attachment. So I'm going to copy it. So I copy it. I'm going to send it to also the WhatsApp. So I just click on the WhatsApp and just say paste. You can see. Sorry. I won't paste it. Sorry. I'll take it because it's a document, it's a PDF document. I'm going to take it as an attachment. So I'm going to look for the document. I'm going to click on document. Then I'm going to select this document from. So I'll go to my desktop and I'll locate the folder where I put it Jam New. So Jam New. and I'll select this folder and I say open. Automatically it opens and I send it to the recipient. So I send it to the recipient, it delivers, it opens it, he opens it, it's the receipt of the document, it tells you thank you. So these are the easiest way that you can actually do this simple task. Now the issue is that you can also as well, be able to send this document as an attachment to through your phone, through your email. So I can come here, I want to send the document as an attachment. So I open my email. I'm opening my email now. This is my email. I go to Compose. It opens Compose for me. I select the attachment who I want to send this. So I want to send it to one of my email. So let me see, Felix. So I'm sending it to one of my email. Just say jam receipt. So I select from computer because it's in my computer and it's on my desktop and it's on a folder called Jam New. So the system takes me to the folder. So this is the folder. I look at Jam New, I open it and I attach this Felix this. So I attach it. You can see it's been attached. It has been attached and I say send. So automatically I've sent this receipt to the recipient. It means that without a printer, I've been able to execute a task for NIPOS without a printer. So it's a win-win. NIPOS is happy, the customer is happy, and me that is also the staff that did the right thing is also happy. And you see, one beautiful thing about happiness is that when you are happy, the heavens also is happy with you and you get a reward. Whether NIPOS rewards you or not is immaterial. As long as the heaven is happy, I'm telling you, your reward is inevitable. Thank you. This way I'm drawing the curtain. I'll give room for opportunity for people to ask questions. So if you have questions, please, you just raise up your hand. Then we call you, we unmute you, then you ask your questions. Thank you. You have any question? Please, there is a hand icon. Please make use of the hand icon. Raise your hand. We'll call you and we'll unmute you. Then, okay, we have somewhere Abolariwan. Yes. Okay, so as the hands are coming, we keep giving you the opportunity to speak. So somewhere you've been given opportunity to unmute.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So the question is for the new users. How can we create a new user from our own hand, or is going to be from your office?
You cannot create a new user, it's from my own end. You send the user. I've dropped my email, my WhatsApp number 070-360-11503. That's my WhatsApp number. You can also send a text message to me for a new user. We want as many people to come on board. In all those remote areas, please just come on board. If you have a smartphone, please come on board. We are going to create you and we're going to give you pin to vend. Just come on board. So the number again is 070.
Okay, what about the old user?
The old user, if you have an old user, just send your username and your name. We will locate it and reset the password for you. I will let you know. So my WhatsApp number again is 070-360-11503. Thank you. So we have a Techno Spark. We don't know your name, so we are unmuting you. You can ask your question. Unmute yourself and ask. Techno, we have given you opportunity to unmute. Okay. Hello?
Yes, sir. Good
You
morning,
are
sir.
playing music. You are playing music.
Hello, sir. Yeah.
Please go away from the music, please. Please, let's give our mommy Edna Masogbo opportunity. So we are, please, you can unmute yourself, ma. You can unmute yourself. Okay. Good morning, ma.
Good morning, Mr. Felix, and good morning, House.
Thank you, ma.
I just want to use this opportunity to say well done